guys. What? I was gonna be live 5 minutes ago. I'm just right. Okay. Let me put these on here. Live. Oh. Okay. That's cool. Okay. Okay. Let me put the. Okay. Hello, everybody. I don't know how many people are gonna watch here. Now, I'm having a different setup for today. Different setup. I'm gonna have my chat over here. I could still see your chat, so if anybody wants to chime in, you can. Okay. So, alright. Alright. So, alright. So we're seeing the price doing its thing. Let me see. Hold on. Let me put it on here. Let's talk about it a little bit here. Now, I haven't been on a couple of days, and I just thought, okay, today is my day off, and gonna have about, let's see, I'm gonna have to help my family with something, so not quite sure how long I'm gonna be here for, but we'll see. How's Ooh. All right, so I have my coffee here. It should be cool. All right, sorry, trying to set this up. All right. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well tonight or today. Tonight. A bit nervous. I don't know why. Because normally I don't come on around this time. So yeah, we'll see how things go. Like I said, you still could chime in if anyone want to chime in. I could still see your comments. So, but anyway, so let's get through the chart over here. Of course, it's still trading around 25.14. Not much there. Obviously, there's has been a price depreciation, and what I've noticed is that the volume is so low. Okay, so now typically, when volume is low while the price coming down, indicative of a reversal of some sort, right? If the price comes down, or vice versa, right? If the volume comes down over time while the price going up, that's when, some dangerous point coming. Some storm is about to hit. Okay, so as you can see here, there's an indicator over here of buying signal up here. So again, whether the bankers are buying, I don't know. I'm just seeing this indicator. It says bankers fund trajectory in index or something for index. So what does that mean? It means that if there's a signal of buys, then I'm just gonna intuitively thinking that, hey, this is when institutions are usually wanting to buy when it's down like this. So hey, what's up? I don't know who you are, but I've seen you around before. So yeah, welcome to the show. How are you doing today? But anyway, so Buy signal, again, just because it's buy signal, it doesn't mean that it's gonna go up immediately. Obviously, when you buy something, you want it to wait until it come to your thesis. I mean, the mistake that people are making usually is when retail usually buys stuff, they buy on the green. They are chasing the momentum and all that stuff. And so again, that's why you get burned sometimes, right? And to me, I usually train myself to buy on the red. Buy when there's blood on the street, So this is the price point in which I was like, okay, if it gets to this point, I'm going to start to increase my position here. All right. So again, will it come down even more? I mean, anything's possible, right? But what I've noticed, like I said, look at the volume. It's like zero. It's almost like non-existent in my point of view here. But if actually, hold on, why am I giving you such a small real estate here? Let me go right here so it's easier. All right, so what I've noticed also too is the similarity between this time period over here when there's like low volume, dead to the world, right? And they're trying to drown people out, like tiring people out. Who's they? I don't know, market maker, whoever wants to, kind of trick retail into thinking that this company is not anything other than, shitty, right? So again, psychological and all that stuff, it's there for you to see on the chart. And people get so emotional when their, their investment goes down in value, And again, psychologically, obviously, they're trying to tell you something that sell now or you're never going to see your money again. So that type of psychological warfare is going to be there. And again, all you have to do, just train yourself into, the opposite. Now, again, depends on why you buy this company, right? If you buy this company because of Roaring Kitty, then, then this type of price fluctuation is not going to do you good. And if you're an option trader, forget it, unless you could time it just right, you're not going to be able to make anything in this market. For me, I'm here for the long term. I bought this company because of Ryan Cohen, right? Ryan Cohen is a more long-term mindset and all that stuff. So it's much less stress, even though I don't know when it's going to happen. I guarantee you from 10 more years, you're going to see the reward and all that stuff. I'm not saying it will take that long, but if it takes that long, I'll be fine, right? So that's the idea. But anyway, so let me... Okay, so if I were to look into this, right here, this time period over here, it doesn't have to be the same exact thing, but look at this. Okay. The similarity is there. Right there. So again, fractal have its way of like faking you out. I mean, they could drawn it out even okay, so that's the similarity there. Whether they are going to even come down a little bit more just to scare more people out, that could possibly happen too, right? So that's what I'm looking for. Obviously, this thing's gonna happen, or they could just fake people out thinking that it's gonna be a longer time. So yeah, it's remained to be seen, you guys. Like, just have to be patient here. Today, obviously, is going to be drawn out. They're trying to get people to bet on the call option and all that stuff. So just be careful, right? In my opinion, it really doesn't matter how long I'm going to have to wait for this one. But, this psychological welfare. I mean, look at this. Like, it trades like a penny stock, even though it's not, right? Is it indicative of people not selling? Is it indicative of, people just, repositioning themselves and whatnot? But anyway, so one of the things I want to, okay, so let me shrink this back up here so we could keep an eye on the price. Right there. Okay. Stay strong, guys. Short attacked us for, yeah, I mean, no news, right? Although I'm very affected, I try to stay strong. Of course, I mean, you have to. I mean, look, if you buy calls right now on any options, of course, I have some calls here. Planning to add more, but I'm waiting for that opportunity. Of course, my call went down in value. So I know, but again, when I bet on calls, okay, I know that I will never see that money again. If I'm wrong, like if the price is wrong, if whatever, by the time. So that's why you need to give yourself time. And the only way that you could give yourself time is to buy shares. That's why I own majority shares. I don't own a lot of calls at all because I know, again, I could lose everything I have, right? Put in that. But if you time it right, obviously, you're going to be able to capture that 10x, 50x, and all that stuff like Roy and Kitty have been doing for the past 3 years. But again, in order to be Roy and Kitty, you have to know a lot about the market, the structure, the settlement system, and all that stuff. Who's going to have time to go through all of that, right? And so that's why Roy and Kitty is a professional. Like, he's not like retail like us, like not know anything, try to follow other people and all that stuff. So in my opinion, you've got to follow your own intuition, right? And in my opinion, obviously the best way to go about this is to buy shares. It's to believe in the company for the long term if you want to get into GME right now at this moment in time. I'm telling you, if you dollar cost averaging down every chance you get, you're going to come out as a winner in the end. Okay. And so, yes, short will try to short it. Whoever is trying to short this, they will do that. But guess what? They cannot do this forever until the end of time. Right? Well, they have more money to try to, shake as many people as possible before they send it to the stratosphere. It's very simple. If you've been in the market for a long time, you would see this type of stuff on any other security that they don't want you to be in. Okay. How did I say that? Well, look at Palantir, for example. Okay. So I've seen Palantir trading around $10 for a long time. $10. I mean, look at this. The history of Palantir is that when it was IPOing, it was right there. Boom. They pump it up. Every news media promoting it. It's like, CNBC, whoever, right? They would just promote it, and oh, this is the next best thing, software company. And then they dump it on retail. Okay. Just immediately, almost immediately, right? And so they stew, and then boom, rug pull. Every single people that are putting money up here now have to wait until down here. Now, of course, if you got into this company in the first place because of the fundamental, because of the long-term, projection of this company doing much better and better over time, if you bought it over here, if you think it was great at $40. When it gets to 30, why wouldn't you buy more? Right? The only problem is that you FOMO into here, Palantir, up here. That's the problem. Okay? So without, having the ability to add more, Now, if you only have $1,000 to invest, of course, that's it. That 1,000 is going to turn into, at the bottom, right? 80% down, right? And so psychologically, obviously, you're going to see, 80% down for years and years and years and years. Now, of course, hopefully you have more money to add down here, right? If you believe in the company for the long term, right? Like, when it gets down to 10, when you used to buy at 40, now it's 10. That's not the deal of a lifetime? Of course it's the deal of a lifetime, okay? You know why? Because this company posting positive, right? Yes, there's some down years, but how much down is that? Nothing, right? So positive. It wasn't until it got announced to get into the S&P 500. That's when you see this. So you think that Jimmy is not going to do the same thing? Right? So you just need to give it some time, you guys. Like, what the? I've talked to a lot of people. Well, not a lot, but, to people who are feeling so depressed right now because their portfolio is down, and it's to me, I know it sucks. It sucks to see your portfolio down. But again, it's common sense, in my opinion, right? If you think that the company is great up here at 40, and now you see it at 10 or even 5, why wouldn't you buy more? Right? It's baffling to me. And guess what? Like, the people who are patient and diligent and believing in the Palantir company get so much rewarded if they see this opportunity right here. Okay. And so, and of course, look, how many positive earnings they have to do before it goes to the, sky. Okay. So right now it's trading at 107. So again, this is what is it? That guy? Jim Cramer. This is what Jim Cramer wants you to buy up here. And usually when Jim Cramer tells you to buy, you do the opposite, okay? So which company did Jim Cramer tell you to not looking at right now? Of course, Jimmy. And Jimmy is set up for something, you guys. I'm telling you. Now, I know the price is down from from 34 to now 25 with no news whatsoever. You think I'm fooled? You think I'm fooled that GME is only worth $25 a share? Come on. Like, it's ridiculous. But they want you to believe it, right? They want you to believe that this stock only moves because Warren Kitty. No. You know why the stock moves the way that it does? Just like the Palantir chart, right? Look at this. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, technically 5 here, but whatever. Miss a little bit. 6, 7, now 8. It might take 9 times of earnings, of positive earnings, to get people to realize, oh shit, GME is actually valuable. So again, people will be distracted for so many different reasons, you guys. People also is going to be distracted because of crypto. I'm going to talk about crypto in a minute, but anyway. So there's a lot of things going on right now that I'm so bullish in GME and crypto space at the same time. A lot of stuff, a lot of development will be developed in crypto world. And, legislation is coming. So we'll see about that, right? But again, only time will tell. And I can't tell you how bullish I am right now, like on both of this. Yes, it's down right now. They're trying to make you feel like that gut punch, like, I should have sold. I should have bought here, right? Like, look, when it goes up here, like that, in 2 days or whatever, 2 weeks, people were like, I should have bought over here, right? Now, when it's down here, people are like, I should have sold over here. You see the psychological turmoil that the price action is doing to you? That's why, again, forget about the price action, okay? This day-to-day, it's going to warn you out. Seriously. Yes, I know. There are people who are waiting for this opportunity right here. Okay? And it will happen when you least expect it. That's the game. Okay? If you miss, you miss. Sorry. Right? But if you're in here, be glad that you're actually finding GME at this price point. I mean, again, when I said you're lucky to find GME at this price point, people are going to laugh. People are going to be like, ha ha ha, she's so stupid. Now, okay, all right, only time will prove me otherwise, okay? So whatever strategy that you have to employ this, I'm telling you, this company is going to be in the S&P 500, okay? Hey, Ricky, what's up? Good morning. How are you this morning? But anyway, so, when you have a company that is going to go into the S&P 500, why bog down by the price point right now? The only reason why you're bogged down by the price point right now, number one, you probably have some calls right now that is down substantially. Believe me, I have some call too. I know the pain. I get it. That's why I only buy a few calls here and there and not betting my life savings over here on call options. Yes, I have substantial amount of shares in shares. Okay. And so that's why I'm cool as a cucumber, right? And I'm just waiting is like, okay, if they want me to buy it at this price point, why not accumulate more, right? If I have money, of course, I'm going to buy more. And again, it doesn't matter what security you have, whether it's Gamestop, whether it's Palantir or whatever, right? Again, the Palantir people who've been accumulating this company, believing in this company, believe in the leadership that they're going to be able to deliver, okay? They got rewarded. Yes, they were told this might be a risk. Look at it. They didn't even report their earnings or whatever happened in this time period. Turmoil. Oh, will it happen? Will it not? But guess what? How long it takes? Let me see. Only 54 weeks. So that's a whole year worth of just nothing, right? And of course, like if you're working in your life and all that stuff, earning, not looking at your portfolio every day, you would have accumulated so much share during this time. And so now they get rewarded. How much more? There you go. That's the reward. Because, when the company is included in the S&P 500, people are going to overprice it. People are going to just buy, or institution just FOMO in, because, or there's a mandate, right? That they have to buy into this company because there's a lot of passive investor out there. Think about your 401k. People just mindlessly buying into the S&P 500. Okay, so that's why you see the overvaluation of the top 500 company, even though some of those company doesn't deserve to be in it. Okay, so that's my whole point. Here at work, keep up with the good work. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm off today, so I'm just changing my schedule a little bit. But it's tough to do a show in the morning because like I don't get the cadence that I needed. I'm not like Moran. It's like you have all the energy in the world to talk about a lot of things. Okay. But anyway, so GME is gonna keep boring you to death until they're ready to send it up. Or Rowan Kitty reading his YOLO call again, right? Or YOLO update. Who knows? Anything could happen in this company. I'm telling you, as far as the price action, not much to talk about there, right? Okay, so so I know people, it's pretty boring to talk about the fundamental of this company. And again, this is why, the news, Yahoo Finance and whatever, they don't really talk about the fundamental too much because they don't have anything negative to say anymore. The only thing that they have to say that is negative is the fact that Ryan Cohen doesn't telegraph the plan. Okay, they don't tell the world what they're doing with the money, right? But again, so with that though, certain institution just feels the gut punch because he's not giving them any, inside information, so to speak, about this company. That's what they're gonna do, or what area of expansion they're gonna do. And so, that's why, some investor that are so entitled to those type of information before with any other companies out there, they throw a tantrum, right? And so again, I think Ryan Cohen is not there to please, Wall Street here, because he's able to do this all by himself. Like, not by, of course, with shareholders, right? Retail shareholders, loyal retail shareholder who've been holding through thick and thin, believing in the leadership that, he's going to be able to deliver for retail, for shareholders, increasing value for shareholder. And so, when you see this type of result and you still, for some reason, think that this leadership is there to take your money, there to, run away with your money, it's stupidity in my opinion, right? Because I see a lot of like X account or post or whatever that is like, comparing Brian Cohen to Adam Aaron, Now, whether those are bots or not, I don't know. I just feel like, okay, if this is what is being said, I'm hoping that it's not real person, because a real person wouldn't do shit like this, wouldn't say shit like this, right? Because if you understand anything about investing for the future, you wouldn't say that, right? And if you're so antsy to know what the plan is, then don't invest in GME. Simple. Very, very simple, okay? Because other company tell you the plan, so then invest in that. Don't waste your time, money here, because you're not going to be happy with this leadership. Okay? Because again, it takes a different type of people who understand where this company is going to be able to understand how the shareholder is able to hold until this time. Okay, there's a lot of people who are here for 4, 5, 6 years. Okay, I'm sure Ron Kitty has been here for a longer time than us, any of us. Okay, and so he understands the pain, he understands the cadence of things, and perhaps he's just trying to tell us something on those tweets, to at least warn retail. It's like, okay, here's what's coming. Let's prepare, right? Remember, time you cover, we're still in that time frame. Okay, from January to April, whatever, 20th. So that's the time frame, right? So just focus, right? If you don't believe that bullshit, then don't believe that bullshit. Go. I mean, it's so simple that I don't understand why people are up in arm about it. I mean, again, the only people that are, up in arm about it is the people that are here to get rich quick, right? And if you're that type, then of course you're going to be so disappointed. I know everybody's trying to get rich quick right now. I get it, If it happens, great. If it doesn't, well, you've got the fundamental to look forward to. And I guarantee you, here's what happened. I mean, guarantee. In 10 years, this company will do much better than it is today. Mark my word. Mark my word. Because when I said it's only up from here, I'm not talking about the price, you guys. I'm talking about the fundamental of the company. Okay, that's all you need. That's all you need to know. Okay, I can't tell you how many companies out there that are going the other opposite direction because they spend way too much when they didn't have to, or when they was conserving 3 years ago. They should have conserved some money, conserved some capital, right, in order to survive right now. What is happening right now, you guys? People can't afford it, right? And so closing store was the best thing that GME could have done. And yet the news media keep telling you, oh, this is bad, you guys. They shouldn't be closing store. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. Look, they're closing store. Of course they're going to go bankrupt for years. And yeah, people believe it. And then of course they will be so bored with anyone talking about GME, with anyone who's trying to tell people, at least in the fundamental level, that this company is doing better, right? How many companies out there would like go crazy, okay? Go crazy to get this net income just from cash alone. Like, there's no other companies out there, even the tech company, the tech giant in the world, right? And again, I know they have better growth. I get it. But they're tech company, they're software company. Obviously, their overhead is not that hard to achieve. And on top of that, people tend to overpay for a lot of software stuff, right? Even though it doesn't cost them as much. They get slave labor to do those codes and all that stuff. That are people, who are happily would work because of, third world country or something like that. My point is that, software company, if they are big enough, they could leverage that and then get slave labor to do those coding, right? So it's crazy, you guys. But anyway, for GME to be in comparison to the tech giants out there, like Morantz was saying, I mean, come on. And we are a retail business too. But anyway, my point is that this is like close to the bottom that you could ever imagine. Like I said, 10 years from now, you wouldn't be worried about this $25 a share, because that $25 is going to multiply into something else pretty soon, right? I mean, pretty soon, over time, I should say. And of course, people are trying to look. And Sparkle speculates on the next step. Like, why would Sparkle have any authority over GameStop? Like, the fact that these people are quoting, oh, sorry, Sparkle. My bad. Sorry, I thought sparking speculation. So, of course, there's a lot of speculation out there about Brian Cohen transferring to his name rather than RC Venture. But that could just be, because he doesn't want to be in Delaware anymore, right? Incorporated in Delaware anymore. For his RC Venture portion of things. Okay, this is 5 weeks ago though. So these are type of old news, not much. Hey, how's everybody doing? I have no idea who's watching right now. Okay, so price to book is still a good, oh my god, the ratio for price to book is like stupid. So 2 times its book value. Of course, PE ratio, I know we need to fix this, obviously, right? But guess what? We used to be at 400. Okay, 400 just a couple months ago. Okay. And so if we are able to snowball to the other end, to the other side of things, right? $100 million just on cash alone, that's like perfection. Perfection. Okay. All right. So, okay. You see this $126 million in the negative last year for the operating income. Okay. What do you think it is right now? Do you think it's going to be operating in a positive or negative? I think we're gonna be positive. So from here, oops, sorry, for those of you just listening, you might not understand what I'm trying to say here. But so Q3 last year, we were losing $126 million. Okay. So, and then Q3 of this year, we post a $7 million in positive. Okay. I know, only $7.1 million in positive in the operating income. But do you see the difference between that? That's $130 million plus to the other side. $130 million. So if I do the same thing, right, compare, like, let's say we are able to do the same exact or a little bit more, then I could speculate that we might be able to pull $100 million this quarter. Can you imagine that? $100 million in operating income. Let that sink in. Why do I think that? Well, I mean, it's for Q4. You guys, Q4 is the best quarter, right? And so, I mean, last quarter we missed. And people were like, it's over. No, it wasn't over. Because they post a net positive on that. Net positive. And look, how many snowball, snowball, little by little, just because they have cash. And why is that bad? I don't understand it. Why people saying cash is bad when cash is now king? How many billions of dollars right now that Warren Buffett has in cash? Go Google it if you don't believe me. You know, when company has this amount of cash and people still ignore it in this environment when the market's about to crash, right? What can GME buys in that environment? It could come in and scoop in all of the companies that are struggling because they can't raise, like, good companies out there. Okay, there are going to be good companies out there that cannot raise money from shareholders because, you know, if they need some capital to survive the downturn, they can't go to shareholder because then their shares is going to be so low in value that perhaps GME could help with those type of company. But again, who knows? I'm just speculating, you guys. Yeah. But yeah, again, and to me, GME doesn't even have to buy that, right? Or doesn't need to use all $4 billion to buy it. How about just use the amount of interest that accrued every year of that cash? Right? Just expand slowly, right? And methodically. Meanwhile, you know, you get the safety of having $4 billion, $5 billion, $6 billion, right? It's the freedom that you get to do as a company. And again, personally too. If you have more money than you know what to do with, what would you do? Would you go and blow it out? Would you go and enjoy your life and all that stuff? Yeah, sure. I mean, if you're an individual, you deserve to enjoy your life. But if you run a company, multi-billion-dollar company, you don't want to do that because that's somebody's life saving. So when you have leadership who's thinking about the future more than, you know, the short-term gain of whoever, then what? Why would you want to invest in any other company? But anyway, well, not quite sure how to put it frankly anymore, because I think we live in a society that is instant gratification. You want it now. And people just don't have the patience anymore, right? I don't know. It's just the world that we're living in. Exhausting, like very exhausting. Anyway, let's see what else. So it seems like they're still, they are. I'm talking about Ryan Cohen right here. Seems like he still is cutting, and which is that makes sense. It makes so much sense for him to continue to cut. Let's see. Cash flow, it's about to turn positive again. Okay. So EBITDA. Okay, EBIT just turned positive last quarter. That's good, right? It's earnings before tax. No, before interest and tax. That's EBIT. So we were turning positive for the first time. Okay. And they still smack us down. Right. So when was that earnings? Let's look at the chart real quick. Right there. So this is the earnings in which we were turning positive on EBIT for the first time. Right. So huge accomplishment? Of course it is a huge accomplishment. People don't realize how hard it is to turn a multi-billion dollars company. Okay. Turn it around. Like, not many people could do it. Ryan Cohen did it. Right? But again, nobody wants to take that challenge. But because he knows, what he's doing, circle of competence is e-commerce, of course he's going to succeed in this. But yeah, it was challenging for sure, in the first couple of years of coming as a chairman, Matthew Furlong was able to kind of turn it around, but really doesn't, do much. I shouldn't say that, but, whatever he did, he was able to do the best that he could. And then Ryan Cohen took over a couple of years ago. So, hello, what's up? So for those of you who just joined, I still see your comment. So yes, don't think that I didn't see your comment here. It's just in a different format. Good morning. Larry Chang gave us the game plan and phase of turnaround. Of course. So let's go. Did he tweet anything new? Or just over time he was tweeting it? All right, let's watch our cult leader.
And all these other companies in the S&P 500 trade at least 7 to 10 times book, 6 times book on minimum, whatever. And people think I'm crazy for this. No, I'm not. I'm telling you, it should be 125. It should be all of it. 150. It should be. The fundamentals are there. What are the fundamentals, Marines? Look at this EPS. Look at this. Shut up. $5 billion. That's the fucking fundamentals. Let me tell you something. All you guys out there that don't know how to give value to cash. When you're looking for it, okay, I'm going to give it to you like the way Americans think, okay, or the way adults think, and maybe you should think the same way. If you were short on cash, if you were short on cash and you want to go get some, they don't give it to you unless you have a great credit score. If you don't have a good credit score, they come up to you with these shark loans, these high-yield bond loans. You know what happens to you? You are forever in debt, and you work 10 times harder just to get out. But you have to take the money because you have to survive. You have to pay bills or you have to feed the family. You got to do something, right? In this case of business, you got to keep the doors open. So you got to take the money. You're at the mercy of the bondholder. Hello, AMC. But when you talk about GameStop, and all of you out there that don't know how to give value to companies, GameStop does not have to borrow money ever. They have enough cash to burn and learn for years. And we're talking 10 years, 40 quarters, and they still won't be out of money. Having $5 billion of cash, you couldn't make $5 billion of cash. That's my problem with AMC, YouTubers, or anyone else out there trying to put people together. Look at the retained earnings on these companies, or the retained losses. They've lost $8 billion, $7 billion, $6 billion. You can't make that back. It takes you 3 months during Christmas to make $100 million. Woo! Amazing. Yes, I'm happy GameStop is profitable. But what I'm telling you is the cash position The book value should be leveraged more. It should be worth more because it's not book versus, assets of buildings and inventory. That's not what the assets are. That's why you're all full of shit, people. You stock analysts, you financial influencers, all of you don't know how to evaluate shit.
I agree with that. I'm telling you, our cult leader is so spot on. I'm telling you. Yes, Morantz is a cult leader, you guys. No, of course not. This is the common sense of any one household. If you operate on debt, obviously you're going to have to make more percentage just to stay afloat. And in the environment in which you cannot make that, that's why people have to sell their asset, anything that they've been able to leverage up until that point, it will have to go back to whatever, the bondholder, as Morantz was saying. You have to sell your assets, sell your soul, the things that you've been building for 10 years of your life. And just because you make that choice of leveraging when you're not supposed to, right? Because you want to earn more today, rather than, okay, let me just try to survive right now, so that when it's time for me to thrive, I'll be okay without debt. And somehow, I don't know how, the analysts out there, they want you to believe that the more debt a company has, the better. Like what? Huh? We are living in a messed up world or something. Again, like the manipulation of somehow like the psychological warfare, and they want you to think that you're supposed to pay $100 for Palantir right now, and it could still go up. Okay, sure, it might. Go ahead. You might miss out. Go ahead, buy it. Boom. You want to buy it at an all-time high? Yeah, momentum, right? You want to ride that momentum. Well, funny thing about momentum is you might be the one who become the exit liquidity for someone, right? It happens in crypto too. Look, crypto is down. I know I'm in crypto too, but I FOMO in as well. But again, like I'm here for the long-term effect of crypto. Okay? Because again, the deregulation era of this industry is going crazy right now. Right? The SEC at the moment in time are becoming more and more pro-crypto. Every single congressman, or not single, but a lot of Congress people who've been elected into office are now turning pro-crypto. You have the secretary, what was it? Treasury of Secretary of Treasury, whoever replaced Janet Yellen is pro-crypto. And Trump just signed an executive order for a sovereign wealth fund, to be created. And it's managed by two pro-crypto, pro-Bitcoin people. So what do you think's going to happen? It's like the writing is on the wall, but again, people are bogged down by the price action for today. Okay. Again, I'm only focused on utility-based crypto out there that I know for sure that regulation can't even, whatever regulation comes in, that already have some sort of clarity, which is XRP and XLM. Well, XLM really doesn't get the spotlight, but these two kind of run together, so that's why, But my point is that, the space, you have to do it slowly, methodically, and again, just don't blow. I have to be careful because I do FOMO in as well, thinking that, it's going to go up from here, right? And so I'm just dollar cost averaging down right now. My cost average for this one is, let me see, around Nah. Wait. I think 43. Yeah. I have to check, you guys. But 43. There you go. So I bought it over here thinking it was going to go. Again, crypto is crazy, you guys. There's no kill switch. There's no off switch. There's no panic button. So if you're down, this much and you sell, you could experience one of these too, the whipsaw effects, right? Like stop loss and all that stuff, stop loss hunting. And then before you know it, they send it back up. They have to, because again, it's on chain, right? So anything that is on order book, they could see it, and they have to get, for people who shorted over here, borrow shares borrow tokens from wherever, right? They have to return that token back. And so they have to buy it back. So, because if they don't buy it back here, they run the risk of not making any profit, right? Again, market maker, the exchange in the world, Coinbase is notorious of somehow always, maintenance, right? That's, if you're in crypto for a while, you would know what I'm talking about. All right, because I can. It was a while ago. Oh, okay. Well, Larry Chain. Yeah, I remember that one. Anyway, so go back to GameStop. Okay, did you check out what I sent you? Okay, I think you're talking about... Yeah, so again, let's finish up our cult leader point of view over here. So we'll see if anyone agree with that.
GameStop has cash in the bank. Maybe you don't like my delivery. Maybe you don't like my face. But I'll tell you what. I'm correct. You're scared I'm correct. And that's why deep down inside you have the shares hidden in some damn account. You're like, oh man, Marantz is right. You're fucking right, I am. Ryan Cohen is standing out here and he's just like, yeah, we got $5 billion. What do you want to do? You can't touch me. You can't do it. You ever heard of, you got fuck you money? Oh man, I want to win the lottery. I got fuck. Guess who has fuck you money?
Okay. I wouldn't say that word, but yeah, I said F you money. Okay? F you money. That is so correct. It's like when you have so much money, you don't have to go to work, right? That's the dream of anybody. It's like, why do we work so hard to go through this investment? And then, it's to achieve that financial freedom, right? GME has that financial freedom, and people are kicking and screaming and saying, it's only $25 a share. I'm like, buy more. I mean, huh? Say, it used to be 33. It used to be 34. Come on. Are we 5? An opportunity of a lifetime is here, right in front of you. Yes, it may take 10 years. Or 2. Or 3. Or 5, right? However long it takes. If they are keeping the price artificially low because of whatever manipulation, whatever shorting tactic that they're doing, they are telling you, dumb stormtrooper effect, right? Either people don't see the opportunity, or they trying to scare people, or whatever tactic it is. If you understand that the company has the financial freedom to do whatever they need to do and never fail, why wouldn't you add more? Why would you, people should applaud what Ryan Cohen has been doing. I mean, you could say that he got lucky. Well, he took a risk, you guys. Okay? He took risks. Not everybody see that GME was the most valuable thing. Not one person would think that right now, right here, in this the time in which he start his position. Okay, If Wall Street was in on this, they would parade Ryan Cohen on their shows. They would parade him. Just like how he was paraded when he sold Chewy, okay, to whoever at $3 billion. And it was at $14 billion, then they promoted to you retail. Right? And they brought him on to do what? You know, promoting Chewy. Chewy's the great success, you know. All of that. Why? Because they were in on it. They were in Chewy at the time. They own more Chewy so that they want to sell it to you at an elevated price. Okay? They do the opposite here. So I don't understand why people don't see that. Like the flipperoo that they're doing to you. Retail. Okay? So make sense out of it. If this makes sense to you, then you would see the opportunity here. And if people think that Ryan Cohen just got lucky, no. Not only he was a chairman, he kicked out a lot of people who were not good for the company, turned it around. Yes, he had some clout because he had some success that followed him beforehand. So people trust him. Okay? And people who had, you know, trust in Ryan Cohen turning this company around, guess what? They got rewarded. Because they got to buy GME at $5, $7, $10, whatever. And so, man, like, yes, high risk, high reward. Back then, it was riskier to buy GameStop. Back here, riskier. Right? You don't know what the future of GME is. Back then. A lot risk, high risk. Right? And so when Brian Cohen got in, it was risky. Yes, he's a billionaire, obviously. He only put in, you know, what he could afford to lose, I bet, right? He didn't put all $10 billion worth of his network in there. I get that. But he's not here to just, you know, make a couple $1 million here. Or a couple $100 million here. No. And if you understand where the mission of the company is going, what he was laying out, people, buckle up, right? When he took the position of CEO, what did he tell you? Buckle up. We're here to work. Okay? And so, and to say that somehow he's not, you know, he's misleading people, he's whatever, because he dilutes and all that stuff, it's bullshit. Bullshit, you know? And to compare him with Adam Aaron too, that's another bullshit point of view that I don't understand how people would do that unless you're paid to do so, right? That's the only reason. Or you just, you know, bought into the propaganda, right? And on top of that, you're telling people who invest in the GME for the future that we are a co-leader, or that, you know, Moran's over here, who're trying to tell you the correct information about the company for 3 years that he's the co-leader. And again, like, I've never seen the attack, you guys, on any other channel, like that bald guy. I don't remember his name. Multi Nation guy. You know, he had like 600,000 subscriber, and he was telling people to buy AMC, but stay away from GME. And I did a video on that too, like if you want to check it out. You know, I'm telling you, the psychological warfare that they're, you know, employ on GameStop investor or GameStop as a company has been dead Right now, everything just in limbo, right? And people are still like, look, it's down. It's done nothing but down. Okay? And people don't even see the opportunity here. So, okay, that's fine. You know what? I get it. Yeah.
You, me, and everyone else that owns GameStop. Because that's what this company is. It makes me sick to my stomach. You guys want to talk about this quarter 3 versus quarter 4? We're turning over. I've been here for 4 years. You know what's the best part about the 4 years? That it's behind me. It's behind me and it feels like yesterday. It feels like high school. Man, it was over. Boop. What happened then? I don't even know. I don't talk to none of them. I'm good. I've been with my wife almost 20 years. Feels like yesterday. And we go out all the time. You know why I rant about this shit? Because no one else does. You guys don't have the passion. You don't wake up every day going, you know what? I have a reason. I have a reason to save, invest, give the best to my family. Remember when I told you the best thing about this whole thing is people inherit money. That's their wealth. And guess what? It only takes one idiot in your timeline, one guy down your lineage to get it wrong, right? To make the wrong bet, the wrong investment. And guess what? It's not us. It's all of them. It's Wall Street. It's those guys who just taking it all for granted. Spoon-fed this shit, making bets with their dad's money, and now they're sitting here going, you know what? I got to work for this now? There's programs. There's inventions. There's algorithms. There's all of it. But you know what they don't have? They don't have what we have. Morant's Rants, the crew, Team 51. We're different, and we're going to be different. You're in a great investment, guys. And it might take you years to see it till the very end. But from start to finish, if you're plugging away $10 a day, $20 a day, $30 a day, as much as you can afford, when you get to the end of this, you're going to realize the value of this company. Sorry, I got to cut the live stream short. I'm very excited about the stock. I love the price action. We're sitting around 27.60 and plus, but I'll tell you what. Wake me up when it's over. It's never over. GameStop, can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. Quarter 4 is almost over. Get your ass down to the store, support your investment, support your company. You own it. I love all of you guys. I'm sorry I didn't get to read the chat with you, didn't get to hang out with you guys. I got to get back to work. I just want to put this out there. Your boy's fucking killing it. Your boy's killing it. Weight loss, I'm down to 245. You talking about work? I'm murdering. Oh my God, I'm doing so well. I feel so good about life right now. I have so much energy. I feel it. I vibe with it. And I hope you guys do too. Oh, by the way, somebody go tell Corey that I found his mother in the back seat. And now.
Oh my God, Lorenz. Okay, so let's not do that. Okay. All right. So that was a good rant right there. And again, you know, this type of information, I never see any analyst out there give you, right? And again, that's why I search for this type of information, because it makes no sense to me. For the life of me, I could not understand why there's only one analyst, right? And they tell you, well, because Ryan Cohen doesn't give us a guidance, so we're not covering it. How could you not covering the most interesting, company in the world? Like everybody wants to hear about GameStop, of course. And again, people remember what GameStop is, but again, they don't want that attention on GameStop, obviously. They only want bad attention on GameStop. And again, they're praying, hoping and praying that it's going to go back to $10 a share again, right? And they would do everything they can, right? Right now, look, volume non-existent, and then they're just doing the up and down, up and down, up and down. Lots of sale volume over here. 22,000 shares. Look at this. Okay. Let me case in point a little bit here. Okay. See this candle right here? This is 1 minute candle, you guys, right there. Let me zoom in a little bit more. See this? How many cent did it go? When it's buy order, right? When there's more buy than sell, they only led 2 cents, right? It only moved 2 cents up. Okay? Now let's compare that to the sell order, right? When there's a lot of sell order. Look at this. This candle here, 1 minute. How many? Let me see. 20 cents. So sell order give them like 10 times. Like 10 times worse. It's almost like it's programmed to be that way, right? So again, that's why I'm thinking it's an algorithm here. I mean, speculation, right? I can't prove that. But there's no reason why, a sell candle somehow 1 minute could give you 20 cents down. But again, this is just one incident, right, that I'm seeing. But, you could argue that, how about this one? Well, look at it. How many? From here to here. Well, this one over here. Small little, burst of... But again, they do this to entice you, to make you feel like such a boring stock to be in, right? While Palantir, I'm sure it's going higher right now. See? Trying to get you to FOMO into Palantir right now. Yeah. So I'm telling you, people are getting GameStop at the bottom right now, and they're, they're kicking and screaming. Be more X-Gang, XRP. I know. I wouldn't say that. There's no gang over here. Let's not promote that on this show. Okay. So, let's look at the price action here. Nothing much there. Let's switch gear a little bit here. I know we've been talking about GameStop quite a bit. Let's see. People posting like, you're holding since 2001, right? Do you still feel something, Jimmy? So we become more mature, right, as an investor. And the longer they drawn this out, obviously they're gonna, give us more kind of maturity into buying into this company, and we'll never let go. I mean, come on, like best investment of a lifetime. You have more money than you could. I mean, the company has more money than they know what to do with. And again, have all the freedom in the world to make any decision that they need to in order to increase shareholder equity. Why not? And again, look, price coming down. Well, why is the price down then? Well, I don't know. I mean, that's the market, right? Is it free? Fair? I don't know. I mean, that's for you to decide. Okay, so let's look at the option here real quick. Pretty dry, not much open interest here. Obviously, they don't want it to go higher this week. Very dry. So puts in the money. Okay, so let's see what's the max pain is right now. $26. So what is max pain? Well, it's the most pain that will have to be. Like, let's say if it closed above or at 26, retail would be the most at loss, or whoever bet on the up and down, right? And market maker would be able to kind of profit the most in this time, in this price point. Okay. So right now, all of the puts are in the money. They don't want that because then they have to, sell into the market, and that could cause the long to go ballistic, right? And so they need to find the equilibrium price point in order to, for the most amount of call option and the most amount of put option expire out of the money. Okay. So that's the idea about max pain. So what does that mean? It means that by the end of today or Friday, you might see a little bit of spike over here, right? To get up to max pain. But again, it doesn't happen. It doesn't have to happen that way, but that's where market maker wants the price to be in order for them to not lose money on the put side. Okay, because put right now, look at it. Let's see. See, 5,000 contract is in the money right now. So right here. So 16,000 contract is in the money. So that's going to artificially, that amount of shares going to be in the money, and people could choose to sell into the market next week. Yeah. A lot of open interest. So yeah, I mean, tomorrow it might spike back up again to $26 a share. Trump's should, I know, yeah, I think so. I'm sure he's gonna pick, companies that are American based more. But again, it could be anything. I mean, if they're nefarious, right, they could put GameStop short in that, and who knows, right? If there's some connection of private equity trying to influence. But again, it be me speculating, right? So, but knowing Trump, though, he would want that fund to be higher in price, grow, because of his ego, right? Everything has to be big. Everything has to be great, grand, and huge. So who knows? He might have some influence. Remember, Robert F. Kennedy also bought GameStop, and so I sure hope so. I sure hope that he considered GameStop to be. But guess what? Ryan Cohen was have a connection with the Sultan. Remember, and the Sultan have a connection with Donald Trump, and so again, even Brad Garlinghouse and all of those. Oh, I think I saw a video that I want to show. Now, this gentleman, I've been listening to him quite a bit. Now, not recently, but I just got this video here. He's talking about XRP and the whole future. And again, I agree with this 7 years ago. That's why I was investing in XRP and all that stuff. So, with the technology, it's just way too good for the institution not to get into it. People are smart enough to figure out they've already positioning themselves already, right? So let's listen in. I hope they don't copy strike me, but who cares anyway? My channel doesn't get that much view, so I'm hoping it's okay.
And the chair of House AG, oh, how embarrassing,
Hold on.
100%.
So,
And what this is a systematic change in our financial system that will last the next 100 years. So let's dive right in. We're going to talk a lot today about the things happening. I can't even keep up with the news. They're making our jobs very, very easy. So this is the first post that Brad put out on February 4th, 2025. It said, any criticism of today's press conference is absolutely missing the forest for the trees. Oh, is it forest for the trees? I've been saying forest through the trees. I stand corrected. Having this, the chair of the Senate Banking Committee, the chair of the House Financial Services, the chair of the Senate AG, someone tell me what AG is, and the chair of House AG, oh, how embarrassing, join the crypto czar committed to passing legislation for crypto clarity is 100% a big deal. 100%. He's talking about David Sachs when he had his press conference, and everybody's like, oh, that was, non-eventful. It's huge. Like he said, what's AG? Senate. Oh, someone comment down below. That's going to bother me with this whole video. Okay. All right. So then Good Morning Crypto put this out. I'd love to hear your opinion around this. It says, breaking, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse is expected to be chosen for an advisory seat for the White House Crypto Council. That was posted by the New York Post. Now you can choose to believe the New York Post, but I would believe that. You got David Sachs. You got Brad Garlinghouse. These are innovative leaders. You have Elon Musk, who is a business owner who came in Department of Government Efficiency. The public and private sector are coming together. Larry Fink told us that. Trump has told us that. Trump is bringing business leaders who run real companies, who understand how to build infrastructure, who understand how supply chain work, who understand how a country should be run into the White House. Not politicians who went to Harvard, who graduated and dwindled their way up to the top and have no business experience. It's like having people running the country who are a business professor who have never ran a business. If you've never ran a business, I have 6 companies in my ecosystem. It is brutal. And it took me almost 4 years to figure out my first company. Once you figure it out, it's like riding a bike. But it took me 4 years of losing everything. And now people seek me for wise counsel. But think about this. What if I was coaching business just because I went through a course in business, like a bunch of people online? They went through a course in business and now they're teaching people how to run a business. That's how the government worked. And now we're going into people that actually run companies that understand how to build income, the sovereign wealth fund, hence. Okay. So much good news coming out. This means that banks, Abs put this out. Breaking, FDIC announces plan to revise crypto guidelines and allow banks to engage in crypto. So Abs put, this means the banks can now custody crypto and your crypto is backed by FDIC insurance. I told you guys since 2000.
Yeah, so this is huge, you guys. Like, again, if they're able to, again, FDIC, we have, I know the insurance kind of like a bit scammy, right? But it put trust into the hands of people. It put trust into the industry, right? When you have insurance, people become more and more comfortable. Now, that could be a double-edged sword, right? Because if there's no kill switch, people are going to panic and then they're going to, it's like, oh, I don't want my money in there anymore. Sell at all costs, right? I don't care. Just get me out. I'm done. It's like, that's the worst thing. So I'm hoping, that's kind of thing won't happen. But again, when the clarity is coming, people will be more and more likely to be more like, the investment. So the volatility might not be there anymore. So volatility, yes, it's a gift, but it's also a double-edged sword. Because if you see your portfolio going red 40%, 50% or whatever from your original investment, you don't feel good about that, right? And so they're going to try to capitulate retail, out of crypto. And I think, this is why this little liquidation here, that happened a couple of days ago. Yeah, it could be a lot, like even more, down even more. But this is normal for crypto, you guys. It's so normal that I'm like so bullish. It's like, how could you be bullish in this? Well, it happens all the time. So this is the what is it? Fibonacci. Like if you draw that Fibonacci right here. So you might be able to get it at, this is Stellar Lumen. So 30 cents, right? And yeah, hopefully it holds. If it doesn't hold, obviously it's going to come back down to 20. But think of that as an opportunity. I already borrow against my 401k just in case that's the dip. So I get the opportunity to buy at the low. And again, even if it comes back down to 10, I know, like when when people hear that, it's like, oh my God. So what? The future is bright in this industry. More and more people will pull in institution level here. We're not talking about retail anymore, you guys. And so again, when retail are in here, obviously retails are more antsy than institution. So they will most likely to buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. That's why you see stupid price movement like this in crypto, because mostly retail, right? Because they don't know what they hold. And they think, oh, it's only worth this much. Oh, it's only worth this much, right? For people who are, long-term minded, what do? They buy whenever possible. When it's low, when they feel like it's low, they buy more. Dollar cost averaging down over time, just like Marantz is doing with the GME, right? $10 there, $30 there, every day. Because again, you don't know where the price is going to be, right? So you might be the one that FOMO in at $30, right? Over here. There you go, right? And yes, even though I'm bullish in this, when it was over here, yeah, I was bullish, right? But again, if it comes down to, let me see, 20, and whoever trying to do this, they will try to get you to capitulate, okay? They will try to get you to see red all over. And you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna send a lot of media, look, oh man, sell now. Jimmy is a piece of shit, right? Jimmy's not doing anything. It's flat. It's not doing anything. Look, it's $20 a share. Oh my God. So now you're not gonna ever get your money back. And yeah, some retail is gonna be so depressed, right? Because again, they don't have shares. They have call option. Okay. I mean, the depression that they're trying to get you to become depressed, is palpable, right? And they know it. They have teams of psychology, okay, to help develop algorithm. And on top of that, they know how much money you have. Okay. All of us. And so they know at what price point to push just enough to get you to sell right before they send it back up. And so if you know that, then you just flip that psychology. And they will send Jim Cramer to tell you, don't touch GME. You know what he was telling people to do back here? Sell over here. Sell Gamestop now. Okay. And now what is he telling people to do? Don't touch it. Sorry, trying to spell touch. Don't touch it. Sell now. What do you think is going to happen? Meanwhile, he's telling people to buy over here. Buy Palantir over here. Okay. Again, this type of media, it's done on purpose, you guys. So to make you feel so beat down and make you feel like you're making the wrong decision. anyway, I hope, I make sense to somebody. And, yeah, feels like a gut punch right now. But I guarantee you, with this type of, news, it's going to come right back up. And before you know it, it's green.
2020, that was some immature. I hate saying that. So I told you guys, but I was saying that's immature. My apologies. I'm not talking down to you. What I'm working to say is that I'm trying to humble myself and be more stoic. What I'm working to say to you guys is that I have been saying since 2020 that banks are going to custody your crypto with a lot of opposition. And now banks are going to custody your crypto. That's all I'm saying. I'm really working on ego. I'm working on my stoic principles, man. I'm getting there, getting better every day. Cynthia Loomis. I'm thrilled the FDIC acted swiftly and effectively to release these documents. I want to thank Chairman Hill and the president for a commitment to government transparency. We're putting an end to Choke Point 2.0. I'd highly recommend you study that. It was wild to understand that they were actually choking off cryptocurrency. And guess what? That's all going to be revealed, and they want these people to pay for that. It's crazy. So just in, the FDIC released 175 documents revealing its resistance to banks, crypto initiatives, and hints at a revised supervisory approach. The news keeps coming. New SEC.
So the Choke Point 2.0 was that, remember, it was Jay Clayton who brought the lawsuit to Ripple while Gary Gensler was going to take over. And then Gary Gensler continued that. Okay. And so for 4 years, crypto was under attack. Right. And of course, as GME, we had a NFT marketplace coming, late in the game. But the point is that it was choked. Like the innovation in cryptocurrency was never got to see the light of day. Now, whether they want to apply that pressure because of they see the innovation and the banking system is not going to be ready for that, so they need more time to study, to accumulate, to whatever, at least to the point where they could position themselves before the innovation in that space happening, outside of their control. And so now when they're able to do this, when they're already, accumulating and try to scare as many, retail out there, to not be in crypto, to whatever, to scare them, because of the price action, like there, people were like, oh, it should have been positive because David Sachs or whatever come out. And so, instead of going up, it coming back down in price action. So the only thing that they could attack crypto now is to attack its price action. The same way with GME. The only thing that they could attack GME on right now is the price action. That it's negative, it's down. It's not doing anything, it's flat. Right? Because they can't attack anything anymore. They can't say the company's going bankrupt. Right? They can't say that Ryan Cohen doesn't do shit. Right? They can't say GME is not profitable. They can't say, oh, GME would never, remember the term never? They do this shit all the time. And I could see it. I'm like, every time I see dip on crypto that I love, which is XLM and XRP, I smile. I'm like, okay, yeah, I have to wait a little bit longer than I thought, because I thought, by this time, XRP was going to be running like crazy already because of the positive news and all that stuff. But life doesn't happen that way, you guys. I'm so bullish on XRP right now that, again, I'm borrowing against my 401k a little bit here. So we'll see. I mean, just in case the dip is steeper than I thought it would be, and I would be able to get it at a lower price than I have. Let's see. But yeah, I was FOMOing around $3 over here too. So Of course, I thought it was going to go a little bit higher before it come down. But again, this type of thing, now if you are in crypto for a while, you would kind of understand that this is due to market maker, trying to, again, shake retail out. Look at this 1 hour candle, you guys. It's ridiculous. So in an hour, 24, and then, of course, depends on what exchange you have, right? So 35% down. Like if you bought it over here thinking it was gonna go the other way, rug pull, right? So why would they do that? Well, they want, again, number one, they see your order, like, because it's on the blockchain, right? What Coinbase is notorious for this. Again, I don't have any evidence, but there are a lot of people who talk about that, where they see the leverage, right, to wipe out the longs, because people usually use leverage because, they can. In crypto, I don't know why people, use leverage, because, again, they want to get rich in 2 days, right? And there's a lot of website out there that would allow you to do that. That if you have $1,000, you could bet, based on the leverage, you could bet like 10 times that. So you have $10,000 to bet. But if, let's say you go long on something, right? 10x. If the security move 1% down, you're done. Like you would lose everything you got, $1,000. Right? But again, stuff like that happens in crypto all the time. And so, because there's no regulation and there's so much money to be made in that. And so market maker loves this type of thing. That's why, again, it has the feel of pump and dump. Even though, these type of crypto are utility based, right? And so with that volatility, there's also an opportunity too. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here for a life-changing type of money because I know how this thing trades. Back, 4 years ago, I was in the same place. So I'm trying to take advantage of this altcoin season as well. I know it feels like it's the end right now, but it's not. I mean, look at this bullish, regulatory clarity coming in. Yes, it's going to take time. And, your portfolio might be red for quite some time, but I don't think you're going to have to wait long, like until the next cycle. But even then, I mean, the worst case scenario is that you have to wait 4 more years. But with Trump trying to tell you, hey, we're going to be the capital crypto of the world, I mean, I believe him. When every promise that he was promising in the campaign trail, he been doing right now. So yeah, I don't see anything different here. But the only thing that I'm scared of is the sovereign wealth fund, that it might have some shorts, like some toxic asset for the American people. But I'm hoping that he's not that conniving. We'll see, right? If it happens or not. But yeah, I have some optimistic point of view. I think he changed in some way after the assassination attempt. And so I'm only see the good in people here. And so all we could do is just hope for the best, right? Prepare for the worst. Who knows what's going to happen? But yeah, that's all we could do. All right. So that is about to do that. Okay, what's happening? Not much here. Jimmy just flat. Crazy. Okay. Do you see the FINRA fines? No, I have not. Let's see. I wonder if I could find it here. I'm sure it's just a slap in the face. I mean, slap in the hand. Who get fined? Is it Citadel or Robinhood? Oh, APEC. Yeah. I think it's this one here. Clearing to for security lending violation. $3.2 million fines. Okay. That's peanuts for them. $2019. I mean, that's a joke. Between January 19 to June 23. I wonder what happened then, huh? March. SoFi Security. That's for her. It's called SoFi Security. M1 Finance. Wow. I have SoFi. I have M1 Finance too. That is crazy, you guys. Yeah, things like this happens all the time. It's almost like a slap in the wrist. Not much. Again, these people are not accountable for what they're doing. And if they are not held accountable for what they're doing, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to continue to do it because it makes them money, right? It's all about money here. It's not about protecting the integrity of the markets and all that stuff. No. So again, unless you penalize these people, like for example, if I sell a liquor to minors, right, my license would have gotten taken away from me, right? Or I would have gone to jail or something because you're not supposed to sell liquor, if I'm a store, right, and they sell liquor and some minor coming walking 10-year-old, right, and I sell it to them, it's against the law. My license, my ability to make a living selling alcohol is going to be taken away from me. So likewise, if these market makers are using predatory tactics in order to make more money for themselves, they should lose their license. And guess what? The problem's going to fix itself. They're not going to jeopardize their whatever, $1 billion revenue to, just to just for a couple of pennies here and there, right? But I'm like, if the fines is so small that these people could just keep, screwing retail over, or not even just retail, it's pension fund, it's people who are investing your 401k, these people are the one that are paying. So it's end up being the public anyway, right? That are having to pay a higher price for something that they want you to buy, like Palantir, for example, right? It's like they keep these price elevated, fake elevation. Remember, they could do this, okay? And for people who are mistaken, thinking that, market maker are not the one that control the price. I mean, Ken Griffin comes out and say in the interview, they're like, look, as a market maker, we receive your order and then we wait for, and we get to determine what the price is because we are so smart, right? Well, that's called price fixing, no? That's not even like, I thought the market was the one supposed to be deciding what a certain security is like, right? And so, again, if they could suppress the price down, they could also elevate the price at will as well. And so, again, they want you to buy in the high, like the public buy in the high, and they secretly dump it as it goes up higher, right? So if you know the game, it's pretty simple to see. Remember, the same way, before institution was getting into it, they were faking retail out, saying, oh, don't touch it, it's magic internet money. Oh, XRP is, look, it's a lawsuit and all that stuff. Don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it. The minute they accumulate enough for them to be sufficient in whatever position that they're in crypto, they're ready to pump it to retail, right? And so, yeah, you're going to get wrecked. But again, these type of drop is done on purpose, right? And so if you know that, of course, you're going to buy as much as you can. You're going to buy every single dip out there. Okay. Just watching me dip. I like the dip. Play. Dip, baby, dip. I can. I know. Okay, see, it's down again. I was watching some hedge fund interview and they were talking about the sovereign debt bubble nobody is looking at. Yeah, of course. Because they overbought it. I mean, they bought the most expensive company out there. And so they are hoping that company is going to do it. I think the sovereign wealth fund for Norway or China or Singapore, all of that has the Magnificent Seven. That's why all of these companies, it's so overpriced. Because every other nation holds that company, right? And now if those 7 magnificent comes down, the whole world is going to come crashing down, right? And so they don't want that. I mean, including themselves, right? And so again, that's why when I don't know when it's going to end, the bubble going to have to keep inflating. QE is going to come. I know Trump wants the rates to go lower, but how are they going to fix it? So the only choice is to inflate asset prices until they couldn't do anymore, right? And so I don't know what the solution is. All I know is that I could buy GameStop at $24 a share right now, and I'm happy for that. So it's a bit tough to think the speculation, what's going to happen to the whole world. But as long as you hold a company that has more cash and have the ability to survive, like Moran said, 10 years from now, right? I mean, if they're continue to burn cash in the operating, right now we're not burning cash, but we have interest. People talk about discounted price, right? Discounted cash flow or whatever. But I'll go through that later on. So yeah, about the sovereign wealth fund too. We're not operating in a surplus. So where do you think the money comes from to put into the sovereign wealth fund? So unless Doge is able to cut all this waste, fraud, and abuse, then they might have a chance of putting some of that in the fund. But I really think that he's going to lean into crypto more, though, because that opportunity is just too good to let it go. Because again, crypto, I understand, because people don't understand how, including me. I mean, I don't know how to evaluate XRP right now. All I know is that, it could be thought as a commodity in the future, So let's listen more.
Scales back crypto enforcement unit. The agency is reassigning lawyers from its crypto-focused division as the Trump administration moves to ease regulation on digital assets. They're going to deregulate this environment. Okay. Just in, SEC transfers top crypto litigator George Ternillo to IT department. What? To the IT department? That just like, okay. He played a key role in both Ripple and Coinbase lawsuits. Another sign the case is almost over. It reminds me of Office Space, right? They put him in the basement. Is that Office Space where they put him in the basement? Like, a year down in the basement, man. Like, oh man, poor guy. Oh, I don't really feel bad for him. Bullish Trump my brain is all over the place today. You know why I'm so excited? I get this really cool energy. We have the Freedom Conference this weekend, and we have hundreds of people coming in, and like our whole team is arriving right now. And it's like I get emotional. My energy picks up, and the vibration picks up, and you can just feel it coming. And it's like a freight train of just positive energy, coming down on our academy here. So excited. Bullish Trump's administration plans to regulate stablecoins and bring the market onshore, focusing on U.S. dollar-backed digital assets, says crypto czar David Sachs. And last bit of news, besides crazy with MicroStrategies, right? Like, I have a pretty cool play going on with MicroStrategies. So like I'm in Bitcoin, right? And then we have a dividend ETF strategy we're doing that is trading options on MicroStrategies, right? So it's either the greatest decision, that's why I'm diversified, and it's going to build massive wealth for my family, which it already is, right? Within the current paradigm. That's why I diversify, because I make sure it will, because when I profit, I make sure that is sustainable in different asset classes across the risk pyramid. I really feel that we're making really good decisions for our family. Him rebranding to Strategy B, him hanging out with Donald Trump. They know something we don't know. BlackRock knows something we don't know. Okay. BlackRock is now launching Bitcoin exchange traded fund in Europe and succeeds in the success of its 58 billion US ETF. So now they're going into Europe. Okay. So BlackRock, Michael Saylor, Brad Garlinghouse, they all know something we don't know. There's conversations happening behind the scenes. And here's what I assume it is that America got caught with its pants down in the 2008 collapse. Okay. We woke up in a complete disaster. Other countries were like, what the hell is going on? Who is regulating these banks out there in America? So Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa came together and formed BRICS. And guess what? At the exact same time, Bitcoin was created. That's interesting. America was already, I think, close to over leveraged, more debt than we had income. And then Obama turned the printing machine on full blast in 2012 and devalued our currency. And it's accumulation of all the presidents that they devalued our currency. They printed. The middle class got pushed down to the working poor. The wealth gap became massive. My parents bought their house in 1973 for $25,000. It is now worth $400,000. It's the exact same house. Do you think their pay went up that much? Absolutely not. They bought their house for $25,000 in 1973. And it's worth 400. That makes zero sense. That is the devaluation of your US dollar. So now do you see why BlackRock, the largest asset manager in the world, in July, I think it was around July 2023, don't quote me on the exact time, he all of a sudden flips and says, Bitcoin's a flight to quality? Because they knew this was coming. They knew this big, massive, boom, financial switch was happening. Rosie Rio said you need a shock to the system to change consumer behaviors.
Rosie Rios, she used to be the treasury or something. I forgot what president it was, but but she talked about like Ripple quite a bit. So
there's going to be winners and there's going to be losers. There's no way around it. There's going to be somebody who wins and there's going to be somebody who loses. There's already somebody who's buying and there's already somebody who's selling. That's how it works. That's how markets work. Somebody has to lose, unfortunately, for someone to win. It's a sick, weird market. So when the markets are collapsing, somebody is winning. When the markets are going up, somebody is losing. It just goes back and forth. That's all it is. It's a wave of energy. And so when you study nature, a tree doesn't strive to grow. It just grows. We're striving and grabbing and scratching, and they keep us in this emotional state of mind. Just like last weekend. They created buy-in opportunities, and they're going to continue to create buy-in. Think about this. The institutions are not in yet. There's something they know behind the scenes. Bitcoin ain't going nowhere. XRP is not going anywhere. Think about this. They're going to create more buy-in opportunities over and over and over again. And those who can stay patient, those can keep the long-term horizon on 2030. Don't even focus on this month. Don't even focus on 2025. Don't even focus on 2026. Focus on the future. Focus on the fact that you're going to wake up in 2031, you're going to be in a whole new financial system, the infrastructure. I promise when you come back to these videos, just like I said in 2020, when you come back to these videos, you are going to see that I was right. I said in 2020, 2021, 2020, banks are going to be begging to custody your cryptocurrency. Here we are in 2025, and it's all pro crypto. I told you guys that crypto would be part of the traditional banking system. Everybody told me, no, it's not. It's decentralized. I said, no, it's not. It's always been, the system's always been the same. They went to Jesus. Who do we pay our taxes to?
It's so true, you guys. Like, that's why I let it play. I mean, I could not agree more. And again, I see the similarity here. With Jimmy, it's the same exact playbook, you guys. Like, in 5 years from now, I bet you anything, people, well, when people lose money on those big company that has so much debt, they're gonna have so like bad taste in their mouth, right? It's like, oh, I invest in, whatever. What company has the most amount of debt right now? A lot. And then, I thought they're going to be fine because they're the biggest company ever in the market. And then why does it come crashing down? They're going to have so much bad taste in their mouth when they are, invest in those highly leveraged company, and then they lose a lot of investment. What are they going to do? They're going to seek out quality company that doesn't need debt to go into it, right? That doesn't need debt to even grow, right? And so, that the company that doesn't use debt to prop up their own asset just for the time being, so that Wall Street could be happy, right? And again, it's all temporarily fixed here. Any debt that is put into the asset, it's just going to be depleted over time. And so you're borrowing from your future in order to service your present time. So that's why, again, the opportunity is here for any asset in which, there's zero leverage. Like zero leverage for GME right now. And that's a good thing, because if the market comes down, we're not going to be so bogged down, because now we have to make 10% extra on top of what, the debt cycle is coming. And so even if we lose a little bit, right, in percentage, let's say a catastrophe hits, right? And GME lose $5 million, not $5 million, sorry, $500 million next year. Is it so bad? Of course not. It won't be that bad. I mean, they could lose $1 billion. Let's say, hold on, let me see. Where is it? They could lose $1 billion, and we still be like, oh, markets, right? Think about that. So even the worst case scenario, GME would never go down. I mean, in terms of the company, okay? I'm not talking about the price. The price will be this. It would stay so flat to get you to think that, oh, this company's not doing anything right now. And I'm telling you, this is usually the best time to buy. Just like he was saying. Think of it as a buying opportunity. I know it sucks. I'm sorry. But anyway, again, that's why I'm so calm. Yes. At times I'm like, it should happen yesterday. But it doesn't happen. And so is it really the end of the world? if you have shares and not call option, you have more time in your hand. It's infinite, right? And so I hope people don't sell at a loss. If you do, then okay, you can take your loss. Let's go. Move on, right? But I don't know. I just feel like anytime there's an opportunity for me to add more, I would add more. But let's see. Yeah. I mean, the similarity here is canning, you guys. So they might still do this before they send it back up. So, yeah, you might not have to wait that long. But who knows? I mean, World War III could happen in 2 weeks. And then we'll have to wait again. So, I mean, the best case scenario, I mean, the best thing that you could do right now is to try to survive. And that's what Jimmy has been doing for 3 years already. And will continue to do in order to thrive later on and thrive much quicker than any other company out there that are buried in debt right now. And so
He looked at him humbly and said, "Who's on the coin?" He said, "Caesar." He said, "Pay your taxes to Caesar, give to God what is his, and give to me what is mine." The game has always been the same. It's just how are you going to show up in the game this time? So that's what I got for you guys today. So here's exactly what I do. I share with you exactly what I do. So if you're new to our channel, I repeat the same things over and over again because one of the sayings that I live by is you should be weary of the man or woman who changes their narrative every single week or is promoting something new every single week. And you should seek wise counsel from the people who repeat the same things over and over, and you can measure their progress. That's wise counsel. So I'm holding Bitcoin forever. I buy it every single day. And when it dips, I buy more. I'm not selling my Bitcoin. I'm holding it for legacy. It's like gold to our family. It is a commodity to our family. That's how we see it. Okay. In the future, I will leverage against it tax-free to buy more assets. I will never just let money sit there. I will multiply it, just like I do with everything. My altcoins, all other coins, my two biggest holdings are XRP and Bitcoin. That's what I choose to do. All my other coins, I exit 50% on the way up during the bull market, just like I did from 2020 to 2022. I didn't get it all out, but I got about 50, a little bit. I think it was like 30% because I got greedy and I learned my lesson. So I pull on the way up. As everybody's trying to catch the top, you're never going to catch the top. So I pull in targets on the way up and I pull it down the risk pyramid. I use cash value life insurance. I max fund my policies. Then the next step, I'll buy a little bit more silver. I'm not as devoted to silver anymore just because I was a different economy, in my opinion, with Biden. And it just felt a little more unstable. Now it feels more stable. So I'm a little bit more silver. I'm definitely going to get more real estate because I need tax liabilities. I have plenty of businesses, cash generating businesses, probably too many. The whole adage of you need 7 sources of income is a lot.
yeah, so he's just going through all of the stuff he's gonna do. But anyway, let's see. Let's switch some gear. I know I'm gonna be here for a long time, you guys. But I have to leave maybe in an hour. Yeah, I have to leave in an hour. So got another hour of this shenanigans. But yeah, the price is not doing much, you guys. And let's see. We are at 2486. All right, very dry, very dry. That's okay. It's life, you know. But let's take a look at the Pokemon trading cards, see what people are feeling about Jimmy. So yeah, let's just watch some reaction video over here. So this is 5 days ago. Let's see what happens.
I found this site called box.gg. They'll let you unbox packs on their site and they'll ship the physical cards straight to you.
All right, boys and girls, it's time to go pick up our grades from Gamestop. So if you guys didn't watch our submission video already, we did a submission video where we went to Gamestop and we brought them 10 cards to send off to PSA. So you can go watch that other video, but this is gonna be the update video for that. We're gonna take a look at our grades, see what we got, and then we're also going to see how well we did on value. So at the end of this video, we're gonna go through the grades themselves. I haven't seen them yet, so I'm curious what they are. We'll talk about what I got the card for, our total submission value, and then overall what our total profit was grading the cards at the end. Also, we are doing a giveaway in today's video. We're giving away the Sleeping Mew from Crown Zenith. So at the end of the giveaway, all you gotta for
What he
$30.
feels.
We actually got a lot of copies of these. We've shown you what we've been doing with the Alakazams, definitely because it's one of my favorite artworks. So I have a handful of pages of this because I absolutely love the Spoon Man. And we got a 10 on this one as well. All right, guys, the last card, the only Charizard from Paldean Fates that I currently still have was this one that I sent off for grading, and it got a 10. What a way to end the video, though. What a submission. This was fantastic and well worth the wait. All right, so if you look over here, that puts our total at $4,400. That is absolutely insane. So a $3,300 or $3,200 run up on what we had invested. That is a huge turnaround. We were very fortunate that we were able to get a lot of these cards before a lot of the craziness started happening in the market. So a huge move and a huge turnaround for us. So I love to see that. And a lot of these cards I really just wanted to add to my collection. The Zapdos and the Alakazams especially, because I just love those artworks. But that Gengar Mimikyu was a fantastic surprise. If you guys have any questions about the grading process at GameStop, go check out the other video I posted. Again, link down below. But if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out. You guys can also reach me on Instagram or even on Discord if you have any specific questions, if there's any way that I could kind of assist you that you don't see on the website.
So again, so this type of thing is going to create a lot of returning customers. Okay, a lot. And again, I don't understand why people don't like see this. Maybe again, price, right? Price action, right? They only care about the price because they've been told like, oh, you know, it doesn't have to do with anything with the fundamental. It's like, don't talk about fundamental. And then it gets people so mad when I talk about fundamental because again, they get so bogged down by it. I don't understand this. But to me, this is where my anchor comes from, right? This is why I'm so convicted in this company because of the fundamental, right? And so you've got to have that framework going into GME if you want to establish new position in this, right? Because otherwise you're just going to be bogged down by the price action. And then most importantly though, too, is that when you think of it as a fundamental play, you know exactly what price point you will not be buying, right? For me, anything under $50 is a steal. So long as it's traded under $50, I will buy GameStop, right? Again, like, keep it simple. Keep it simple. You're not going to be able to time it just right. Okay. And, yeah. I mean, anyway, so, you know, with the submission of grading cards right here, you're going to see a lot of channel. I mean, look at this guy. I have 100,000 subscriber. You think any fans of those big YouTubers don't want to check them out, right? This is 3 months ago, and again, it's retail and also vendor people who are buying and selling a PSA graded card. They would go to source those cards from GameStop, and that even creating, you know, a wholesaler effect as well. So, I mean, you know, we're providing service. Not only that, we're gonna grade card, but also we're gonna provide a place for people to source, you know, their PSA graded for either collectibles, like collecting for their own personal use, or for selling, you know, to whatever card shows or convention, you know, to make a living out of it. And so, again, I mean, all around, GME is going to be the destination for collectible, especially on the, you know, baseball card, Pokemon cards, all of that. So there's a market for it for sure, you know. Okay, so let's see.
Pokemon cards lately and the scams, the scandals, CGC grading apparently fake cards, which we will get to in a later video. But today, none other than PSA grading is on the chopping block, and I put them to the test. The absolutely beautiful Gengar alternate art from Fusion Strike, a very expensive card, along with the shiny Charizard GX from the Shiny Vault in Hidden Fates, another very expensive card. Now, I have graded both of these cards 3 times now with PSA, and the reason for this is none other than science. Enter Bill Nye the Science Guy.
That's funny. So yeah, I mean, the other criticism that I've heard people said is how easy it is to replicate fake Pokemon cards. Again, I don't know enough in that era to make any comment on that. But as thorough as Ryan Cohen's team and Jimmy is trying to get into this space like head on, I don't think they're not doing anything they can to not have fakes out there. Of course, yeah, some mistake will be made, but like Nat Turner was saying, the confidence that he have within GME leadership, it's kind of an encouraging point of view to at least speculate on, right? That leadership has been researching, like they know more about PSA graded card or the Pokemon card, the card store. Nat Turner was saying that, right? They should be called Card Stop or something, not GameStop, because of how thorough they were seemingly, coming up, getting those ideas to Nat Turner and turn it into, a partnership that is mutually, beneficial for them, for the two companies, right? Okay, let me go through the comments here. It was illegal lending of shares and making money out of it. Yeah. PSA submission gets them in the store twice. Okay. Two shots at making extra sales on the top of the original submission with the potential of trading. Right. I mean, it's an ecosystem for sure, that, the roundabout, right? That every customer's is going to come back. And not only that, they will, I mean, again, if the service is great, right? And seemingly, if you go through a lot of videos out here, people like it. People love the service that GME is able to provide here, especially making it so easy for newbies to create their cards and getting some value out of it, right? And of course, it could be an expensive habit as well, right? If you are into collecting, those hundreds of thousands of artwork and you want it as your own collection, yeah, it's an expensive habit for sure. But if you do it with the intention of selling it back to whoever want that group of collection for that art form, then it become a business for someone, right? And then, all you have to do is just buy. Just find buyers that's willing to pay for that price, right? So, but I think the good thing about GME graded card, like the pool that we have, well, that is providing a marketplace for people to have so many choices in that matter, right? Options, and bringing a way for people to buy and sell, So, and on top of that, you have a high profit margin type things and making more value for shareholder here. All right. Let's see. How to submit. Which one is the one not this guy.
All right, boys and girls, it's time to go
I
pick up.
think there was one other guy. I saw this guy right here.
The PSA has never been easier, and this new partnership with GameStop changes the game. My name is Jonathan Miller here at Music City Games, and today we are going to talk about this brand new process where you can submit your cards to PSA directly with your local GameStop. What does this mean for the hobby? What does this mean for the everyday collector? And how does this change the landscape of grading cards as a whole? There's a lot of positives to talk about, and so let's get to it. Many of you out there have waited or maybe just avoided submitting cards directly to PSA because the process can be honestly a little overwhelming. If you've never done it before, or if no one's ever kind of held your hand or walked you through it, it can be a pretty hard process to get into yourself and just kind of learn. It's not that it's hard, it's just that it's a little overwhelming and has some very specific steps. And honestly, the process of finding what cards should maybe be graded or what to kind of look for, that can be difficult too. For the average person, grading cards is not something that you do. This new partnership with GameStop and PSA changes all of that. Outside of determining what cards you would like to grade, you bring your cards in a penny sleeve, in a card saver, or a semi-rigid case. You bring it to GameStop, they take a picture of it, they get you logged in, they take a couple pictures, press a couple buttons, submit the form, tuck it away, you're done. Like, that's literally, you pay for it right there, and then you're done. It's a really awesome process, but there are some small details on why it makes it so awesome, and I want to cover those right now. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the process with PSA, what your options are, what the Collectors Club membership does for you, essentially the easiest way that I can explain it is this. If you have a $150 membership with PSA, you have different options that you can submit and have special member-only pricing. But with GameStop, you don't have to have that membership, and the member-only pricing of bulked out submissions, meaning most of the time you're submitting 20 to 50 or more cards at a time, PSA says, hey, we're gonna give you a little bit of a discount. Instead of $25 per card, we'll give it to you for $15 per card or whatever. With GameStop, you only have to pay $16 per card, and there's no minimum required. So you could literally
See, that's huge for him. But this price here, I think they increased it just recently. Not sure how much it was, but let's see.
membership, and the member and a massive submission to get those bulked lower prices. So already off the bat, from being a cost-effective solution, especially for someone who finds the process overwhelming, it's incredible. On top of the $16 per card bulk pricing, you also have a flat shipping cost of $4.99 for the package, which if you're a pro member, that shipping fee gets waived. And for insurance, it's insured through GameStop. So if the package gets lost or whatever, you literally contact GameStop support and they get you sorted out. The process itself is also much smoother and far more streamlined than doing it yourself, to be completely honest with you. Again, like I said, you just show up with the card in a penny sleeve, in a semi-rigid case, you bring it to them, they literally scan it, they click some buttons, and they get it processed within like 10 minutes, depending on how many cards you have. So you don't have a PSA submission form, which is what you would have to do for yourself. It's just a little bit of a pain, especially for someone who isn't used to doing that type of thing. So going through this process myself, I really enjoyed how it was very hands-off. It is a really, really smooth process. And as far as simplicity goes, for the everyday collector, someone who's never submitted cards before, this is far and away the best service that provides a direct form to PSA. As far as how simple and easy it was and how accessible local GameStops can be, this is amazing. Now, this next part is my favorite part of the process, and this is what I did. So I did not have a GameStop Pro membership, but the membership is very straightforward. There's a handful of benefits, and if you're a gamer, a lot of the times you're buying games and you're trading games, and sure, there's good benefit there, but I don't really buy and sell and trade games like that, so I've never really had a GameStop Pro membership, but this Pro membership was $25, and it was awesome for me in this case. If I'm submitting to PSA through GameStop, let's say maybe, a handful of times a year, and then you can also trade in your slabs, and then you get a 15% bonus on that as a Pro member. So what I did was I just took some of the smaller slabs that, maybe we didn't want anymore, or maybe were slow movers for us because we are a vendor and a Pokemon card dealer. We took some of those and basically used the value, the boosted trade-in value on some of those lower slabs, and that paid for the new submission that I was doing. I mean, it was close to 90% comps on those trade-ins, and maybe that's the case for some cards and won't be the case for others, but the cards that we traded in were nothing crazy, like, $30 to $40 cards or whatever, and we got very close to that value, and so we were able to trade in some of our slabs, pay for the new submission, pay for the Pro membership, and boom, the process was simple. It was really great. We were able to trade in one of the cards that paid for the membership, so I was literally doing a transaction to pay for the Pro membership, and he was like, you want to scan one of these cards and pay for it? In the same transaction, I was able to just scan a PSA 8 base set 2 Zapdos that paid for the Pro membership, so the money didn't even come out of our account. I mean, I thought that was really cool. Now, there's a little detail.
See, this type of service, it keeps people happy. Again, collectors or vendors are alike here because they get what they want. And so if you create that type of I guess joy out of your company, they will keep coming back for more and more and more. And this is the reputation building phase of GME. You know, but again, because we have so terrible reputation back in the day, like 10 years ago, you have terrible reputation. And again, those type of reputation is going to be difficult, you know, for leadership to challenge himself to at least create a new, you know, brand, or at least a new way of looking at GME as a different type of company now, right? And I think, again, like people who are not investing in this company, obviously they're only going to talk about what used to happen. And people who want you to feel that way is going to only give you old data, you know, that was like 5 years ago. Oh, look, 5 years ago, they didn't make any money. Well, 5 years ago, you didn't make any money either if you're still in school, right? Can you imagine if somebody come to you, it's like, right now you have a job, right? You have a stable income. And then, you know, say, look, this guy is a loser, you know, because he doesn't make any money 5 years ago. It's like, how is that making any sense, right? And so for some reason, you know, there's analysts out there, they want you to think about GME in that sense. Because again, they only want you to look backward. They don't want you to look forward into the company future. Because again, they used to have a bad reputation. And so this reputation is building on top of each other. You know, it's going to take so much time, right? And it's through the word of mouth, right? It's through people like this who are making video. Yes, he doesn't have much subscriber there, but you know, eventually it's going to grow and grow and grow. And all of the you know, people who are making video about it is just going to grow over time. So, and yeah, the value of the share that you are buying into this company right now will come ahead. Will come ahead. What the hell? Will provide you with that value that you're looking for today. I'm telling you now, it's gonna. I know, it's labeling for some people to keep on waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, but this is usually the best time to buy. When it's flat, when it's boring, right? Because again, people are not looking into it because it's boring. And so they'd rather buy Palantir right now. What is Palantir right now? See? 108 already. So see, look at the volume. It's crazy, right? And again, like day traders love this stuff. Love it because they get to chase that momentum and feel good about themselves, right? While it's flat like this, they don't want to buy it right there, right? They think, oh, it's coming down. And of course, people are going to try to short this thing too, right? Retail or whatever, and then they're going to get burned because the minute they short it here, look at this, boom, right? Market maker is going to try to liquidate the short position here. And apparently they just post in earnings, and look at this, like when they want to send something higher, they would do this after hours, like 24% after hours. They did this on Broadcom, they did this on whatever. But again, you know, just wait. It's going to happen to GME too. In just one earnings will send this company higher in price, in value, in everything. Now, I don't know. It's hard for me to promise that, oh, you know, March is going to be the time. But if March doesn't happen, it's going to be even closer next year. And so if you have a year of accumulating, hopefully you have income to do that. If not, just have to wait. It's pretty simple, you guys, pretty simple. How do you feel about BTC? BTCT, I don't know what that is. I think it might have been a typo. Just gonna assume you meant like Bitcoin. Okay, so we've gone through XRP already. What else? Oh, okay. All right. So our cult leader has some new. I'm gonna watch that later. Of course. What is this? I don't know what I have here. Oh, it's silver trade and all that stuff. I was watching that earlier. Okay. All right. So I have a few things more here. This is nope. Okay. So I think I have not shown this one. Okay, I have more hours to go. I think I'm gonna kind of end a little bit earlier than that. But again, you see, accumulation of at least some institution that have been increasing. You know, from February to now. You know, you see more and more institution adding. Whether they're just fiscal year, you know, from let's see, from February. From February of last year to February of this year, it seems like there are 76% increase over that period of institutional ownership, meaning that they are increasing their holding by 75%. So that's usually a good thing, right? Now you have more institutional interest little by little. Of course, they don't want to spike the price up. When institution gets in, they usually take a quiet approach. Okay, when they accumulate more and more, then they're ready to pump it to the retail. So you just have to wait patient enough to reap the benefit later. Let's see. Okay. All right, you guys. I think I'm pretty pooped out at the moment. Okay. I think I said what I need to say, you guys. Let's see. Not much here. Okay, I think I am ready to go. And maybe I'll be on later on too, if I have something to say. Like I said, this is my day off. But I have to go help my mom out a little bit here. So, yeah, maybe I'll be back during Power Hour. Hopefully, Morantz would be on too. I could kind of watch him. But if Morant's not on, I'll be on too. Yeah, we'll see. I'll see you later. Okay.